Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card is a collaboration with the lovely Karissa over on her channel 9 3/4. So today we're taking a look at messages from your higher self, and then over on Karissa's channel we will have the part 2, which is messages from your spirit guides. I'm super grateful for this collaboration, so thank you Karissa for collaborating with me. So yeah, let's get straight into this video. So we have 3 crystals for you guys to choose from. Pile number 1 is the lapis lazuli. Pile number 2 is the garnet crystal. And pile number 3 is the jade crystal. So see which crystal you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box. Once you have watched your pile on this video, I will have the link to Karissa's channel over in my description box too, so you can see part 2 of the reading over on her channel 9 3/4. So yeah, choose your choose your timestamp, and I will see you guys at your pile. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what your higher self has to say about you today, or what your higher self has to say for you today. That's what I meant. Some messages from your higher self. So you guys chose the lapis lazuli. I'm going to place that over there, and we are going to get straight in. I'm going to start with these picture cards, and then we're going to move into the oracle cards as well. So spirit guides, can you tap me into the collective of my pile number 1? Are you my water pile? I just got shown like a pool, but I got shown it, and weirdly, I don't know if some people here are Welsh. I just got shown the word pool, but in Welsh. So I heard Nofio. Nofio means pool in Welsh. So some of you guys may have like Welsh ancestors, or maybe some of you guys are Welsh. Hey guys. But that came through straight away, which I feel may be a symbolism of you guys being my water pile. Pile number 1, please spirit guides. Pile number 1, you're currently entering a timeline where, okay, how do I explain this? I'm hearing the Little Mix song Holiday. The reason I'm saying that is I feel like you've expanded energetically enough to the point that maybe in the past you felt like, okay, the only way I'll learn wisdom is through painful experiences. And yes, we learn wisdom through painful experiences. Yes, sometimes we have to be channeled to bring a sense of wisdom, but the universe will do that, or let's just say our higher self, our subconscious, is going to do that to awaken parts of us inside of ourselves. But when we're already awakened to certain elements, the universe kind of how do I explain this? The energetic makeup within us, it's cleared out to the point that we no longer look at life like, okay, it has to be a challenge, it has to be pain. And we can, we'll reach a point where like the pen is in our hands. Not saying that everything that we do from here on out is all curated by us. We'll still have fated experiences, fated connections, but there's a lot more leeway. We're able to have a more fun time, and we're able to choose on a paradigm sense what type of life we want and how we respond to certain energies. I hope that makes sense. So there's almost this energy like I'm being shown like summertime, I'm being shown like an island, and then I'm literally hearing Little Mix song Holiday. Like, I don't know whether you've been through a very challenging time recently, or whether you've been through a lot of shadow work, maybe you've been through dark night of the soul, but there's almost this essence of like, it's time to loosen up and party a little bit. I'm being shown, I don't know if you, when you guys were younger, I used to have this computer game called Barbie Explorer. No, there was other, I don't know, it was a Barbie game anyway. And you got to go to like the beach and have like a party, or you'd get to go on like, you'd go skiing and stuff like that. And I just got shown that, like I'm almost being told like, and breathe, but then it's like it's like a fest. I don't know why, I just feel like you're about to have a lot of fun. So there's this energy of claiming it and owning it. I feel like some manifestations are about to come through. I feel excited for you is what I'm trying to say. Like something feels like a party, something's brewing. You may be feeling called right now to save money. You may be feeling called right now to eat clean. You may be feeling called right now to buy new clothes. You may be feeling called right now to get certain things in order. you know, your home in order, your work in order, your car in order, anything like that. You may be being called to wrap things up. The reason you're actually being called to do it, it's not a sense of wrapping up, it's a sense of laying a stable foundation for what's to come. So if you're feeling called to like save, listen to your intuition and do it, because it's almost like you may even get like a chance to go on holiday somewhere, because I was hearing the song Holiday by Little Mix. So you may get a chance to take a course or do something that will either drastically change your life or add a lot of fun to your life. Or it could just be that you're about to be a lot more social, and that's why maybe you're being called to you know, buy certain clothes, change up style, things like that. Like there's an element of that coming through. And then I'm literally being shown a peacock spreading their wings, like opening their wings. I'm being told that colourful part of your personality are about to be revealed, whereas they were hidden before under insecurities, where they were hidden before under maybe pain, maybe feelings of unworthiness. They're about to come out very strong. You're about to meet new aspects of yourself. I feel like you've spent time either meeting who you are when you're backed against the corner going through a challenge, or you've kind of been spending a lot of time with your shadow, your wounded inner child, something like that, while you've been healing. Or maybe you've been going through this transformation where you've been just spending time wondering, I guess, who you are and going deeper with who you are, whereas it's like what goes up must come down, what goes down must come up. So it's this essence of, we've just met that part of ourselves, let's meet that fun part of ourselves that wasn't able to shine before because we've let go of certain aspects that were holding us back. So there's something very I'm being told colours coming back into your life, and it's very well deserved. I something about a beach. I don't know if you're planning a holiday. I'm literally being shown somebody with a beach ball, like chucking a beach ball back and forth. I'm seeing somebody feeling very confident in their physical body. Or I'm being told preparing their physical body, so I don't know what that means. Take that as it resonates. But I just keep being shown a lot of that, like you guys shining and really being seen. Not that you weren't seen before, but it's like we're always manifesting consciously and subconsciously, and I feel like you've cleared out clutter from your subconscious, ready for what you're about to partake in regards to where you're at currently in your life. So let's pull some cards now. Pile number 1. Messages from pile number 1's higher self. Messages from pile number 1's higher self. You may be, we have self-care here. You may be, I'm being told past life-wise, you may be seeing a lot of past life memories being revealed because you're reaching a newer aspect of your personality. You're reaching yourself deeper than before as well. You're reaching deeper parts of your soul. So you may be even called to like different Starseed, Starseed families. If you believe in Starseeds, you may be called to different, you know, eras of your past life. You may be having vivid dreams about them and stuff like that, because I feel like there's other aspects of your soul from other incarnations, and you haven't tapped into that part of your personality or that part of your wisdom yet, and you're now on a very clean slate where you're able to divulge into that part of yourself. It's like you're learning yourself all over again, but something about this time feels very fresh. Very fresh. Pile number, I'm being told you've worked really hard, and I feel like your higher self wants you to look at this time like a celebration, and there's a lot of like, celebrate yourself please, like whether it's treating yourself, taking yourself out to drinks, taking yourself on a date. We have the self-care card here. Maybe resting up a little bit, looking after yourself, self-care, self-pampering. Like there's a reference from your higher self, like treating yourself to an essence of abundance, or treating yourself to an essence of self-care. Maybe get a massage or something like that, because I feel like I'm just hearing you did that. Like you did that. That's what I'm being told. So that's something that's coming through. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1. What messages to pile number 1's higher self? We have balance. Yeah, I feel like you've balanced out. It feels your shadow side, or you've been balancing out maybe insecurities. You've been balancing out that side of yourself that was maybe wanting to keep hidden, keep yourself in the dark. That's what I'm being told. We also have protection, so we have the shield card here. We also have deep sleep here, so some of you guys may have gone through a dark night of the soul. I'm just itching my arm quickly, guys. I was out in the sun past couple of days, and one of the days I forgot to put sun cream on and I burned. and it's itching a little bit. I have got aloe vera though, so I'll put some on after this reading. Pile number 1. Messages from pile number 1's higher self. Messages. Do you hear the planes? I swear someone's traveling or going on holiday. I swear it. Pile 1. Messages from the higher self. Health. Yeah, some of you guys may be even being called to like eat a lot healthier, to nurture your body a little bit more. We have Venus here at the back of the deck, which I will place by here. Okay, balance, shield, deep sleep, health. Yeah, there's something about, and it's not even like, right now is the time for you, is the message here. The fact that we have self-care, we have health here, and then we have balance. Right now is the time for you. So even if you're watching this and you're like, you're still, I guess, maybe feeling like you're in the shadow phase, or maybe you're going back and forth. Sometimes we'll go in cycles where we'll feel a lot brighter, we'll go back down, feel a lot brighter, go back down. There's an essence here of right now it's time to take care of you, your health, and bring in sweetness and softness and light back into your life. That can be, again, switching up your style, switching up your home interior, changing the world, I guess, around you, or what you can control to suit this newfound version of you. Maybe going through this shadow phase, you've been feeling very low and you haven't maybe wanted to exercise. If you have the energy, maybe you're wanting to move about more, or maybe trying a different type of exercise. Maybe you've been sleeping in. There's an essence of maybe waking up earlier, or vice versa. If you've been in a really rigid routine to keep a balance, maybe letting yourself go with the flow a little bit more. Like, there's a lot of shakeups coming in. And I'm being told as well for you, I'm being told your higher self is asking you to surround yourself with beautiful things. Apologies, guys. I'll wait for this guy to go past because he will interrupt the video. And I know he's going to shout again. 2 seconds. I love how he goes quiet as I say that. Watch him now. I'll start speaking and he'll shout again. But there's this energy of you really investing in you right now, bringing beauty back into your life, bringing light back into your life. And even things that maybe if you were going through an ego death, you left behind, picking them back up and seeing if they still have... seeing if they still have any meaning to you. I hope this makes sense. So for example, when I went through my dark night of the soul, like, I didn't care for makeup, I didn't care for my perfumes, I didn't care for clothes really, like I really didn't care. And when I was coming back into my physical body and I was feeling a lot more myself, or finding this new version of me, I went back to things that I dropped to see if I could create a new meaning with them, and I did. That was with this, makeup, clothes, perfumes again. Like, my personality came back, but I had a new relationship to all of it. So there's almost an essence of that, revisiting things that made you feel really good, revisiting things that made you feel attractive, visiting things that made you feel happy on a soul level, because I'm being told that the spring is coming in the sense of they'll have a new meaning. So maybe you've been feeling really disconnected to astrology. Maybe you've been feeling really disconnected to cars. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just picking up anything that I can think of. But there's a sense of like it's gonna have a new meaning for you now, and you'll be able to go on a deeper journey or a newer journey with that. There's just a lot of newness. But there's something about biding your time right now, and in that time of biding your time, focusing on you, maybe making sure your finances are correct. There's something about finances, making sure that they're okay, making sure that everything's where it needs to be. I feel like something's approaching is what I'm being told. But right now is just a time for pouring into you. I'm being told affirmations. I'm being told protecting your peace with the shield card here. Maybe having a clear out as well on your social media, because the thing about social media is it's an energy exchange. If you know me on Instagram and Twitter, you know I take breaks quite often, and I usually will go through a lot of my following list and really remove a lot of people, or even people that are following me, just in the sense of like clearing out and making sure that everything's in a state of flow. So I'm being called for you guys to maybe even look at your social media or contacts, and if there's like stagnant energy, or there's energy there that you'd rather not see, or it's making you feel bad about yourself, there's an energy to like unfollow or remove that and subscribe to it. Even on YouTube as well, you know what I mean? Instead of like adding it all up, there's an essence of like unsubscribing, because by doing that, it's making room for newness to come in again. And that's something that I'm being told there. So there's a strong focus on either beauty regime or just self-care, and pouring into you, making yourself feel good, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's pouring into a project, whether that's pouring into your physical body, whether that's pouring into interior design in your home. It's kind of like do you know what it's like? It's like, you know, when you start like a video game and then like you create, like, did you ever have Stardoll and you start from scratch and then you have to buy all new clothes and then you have to buy a whole new like interior for the rooms that you have in your house? There's an essence of that. It's like an empty house, and then you're building your home, you know, putting the paint on, the wallpaper, but they mention it in the sense of like your life, if that makes sense. Like this paradigm, what do you want to see in this paradigm? Who are you in this paradigm? What are you opening up to in this paradigm? Who is your avatar in this lifetime? You know what I mean? What clothes do you wear? What's your style? Like, there's an essence of that, and really just getting to know you in a really fun way. I'm also being told a lot of you guys either used to dance, like that was like occupation, or you just used to do it in your room or just listen to music and dance and you haven't been doing it. There's an essence from your higher self to start doing that again, because I feel like that's going to bring back a lot of abundance. There's something about you manifesting in that sense, or bringing confidence to yourself when you dance and listen to music and things like that. Maybe you have little concerts and things like that. So there's an essence of that coming through to start doing that again and bring that back again, and really have fun again, because I feel like fun's coming back to your life. I feel like you've been very serious, and I'm being told fun is coming back. So let's pull some more oracle cards. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1. The sun's coming up. That's why we have the dark night here, the deep sleep. It's like the sun's coming up. You know what I mean? The tides are turning. Yeah. There's balance being restored. And like I was saying, what goes up must come down with the scales here. There's balance coming back. You may have even thought, I'm just going to be this way forever now, and the answer is no, you're not. You're not going to. Oh. You've been very brave as well. I'm being told to say that from your higher self. We have heart chakra, gateway, love, capacity, expansion. So I feel like you're expanding in a lot of areas. That's what's coming up. That's what you're being prepped for. But like I was saying from that message just now, you've been very brave. So I don't know whether you've had to really open up to aspects of yourself that maybe you were frightened of, that you really didn't want to feel. Maybe it was anger, maybe it was, you know, hurt, maybe it was sadness, maybe you were unpacking, you know, certain traumas from childhood or your teen years or early 20s, 30s, 40s, whenever. And I just feel like you've been really brave in allowing yourself to transmute them. Like, the fact that you're bringing yourself here shows that you've really gone deep. So there's an essence of like your courage and your bravery coming through here really strongly. I just feel like your spirit guides are coming through as well, because it's almost like I want you to see yourself the way we see you. Like, I feel like you're coming into that time too. Like, you're starting to see how powerful you are, that you were able to transmute certain energies. I feel like you're coming into a time where you're starting to realize how powerful you were, to be able to withhold, you know, this heart chakra beautiful frequency as you were going through this shift. A lot of people get lost in the sauce. I don't feel that you have. You obviously haven't with these energies coming through. And I feel like even when you thought that you have, you've always pulled through, and that's your heart and that's your strength. And there's this essence of you looking in the mirror and going, wow, I really did that. Like, I really did that, and feeling that strength. And I'm being told for you to tap into that. Anytime that you do feel disempowered, like, look what I did. Look what I did, you know? Because it's almost this essence of the paradigm you're even on now is very different to the paradigm you were on. And I'm being told that you can literally physically see that, is what I'm being told. Pile number 1. Messages from pile number 1's higher self. The Ocean Oracle. Cultivate creativity. See, there's colour coming back into your life. I feel like if you've been thinking, I feel like some of you guys may have psychic foresight in the sense that you're able to see where you're headed, but I feel like maybe it's been blocked and you've kind of been like, okay, I've manifested what I wanted here now, but now I can't see beyond. And it's because you were maybe going through a bit of a void phase, but I'm being told that those doorways are starting to open where you can see where you want to head to next. I feel like new goals are about to come in as well. Like, you'll have, maybe if you've been having like writer's block with like your creating and stuff like that, there's a block. I feel like it's being lifted, so that you can expand again. Like, there's this huge expansion coming in. That's something that I'm being told. So new goals, new ideas. You may even want to shift career. There's just a lot of newness, because it's new aspects of your personality, so you're meeting yourself deeper. So it's like, you know what, I don't even want to settle for this anymore, let's reach another star, like let's go higher. Like there's a strong essence of that. And then we even have the seahorse spirit, create the unexpected. So a lot of like creativity, a lot of abundance, a lot of color, a lot of artistic expression coming back into your life. I'm hearing main character energy, but with create the unexpected, I just feel like the essence here is like the pens in your hand, the paintbrushes in your hand. Where do you want to go? How do you want to respond to things? This is almost this essence of like maybe journaling as well, or just getting to know yourself, like getting to know these new aspects, even like writing down, okay, this is the person that I am, this is, you know, what I like in love, this is what I like in friendships, this is my boundaries, this is my style, this is who I am. And like getting to know yourself like that, maybe even creating a mood board or something like that would be really interesting and really fun for you guys, because there's almost this like personality overhaul that you've gone through, and I feel like you haven't even met certain aspects, but there's this sense of like maybe writing down, okay, I'm like this, and this is, you know, this is my humor, this is that, just to get to know yourself like that, while you're honoring yourself too. I feel like a lot of people, I'm being shown somebody turning heads as well, so I feel like you're stepping into a time where it's reminding me of Marilyn Monroe. I remember reading a story, and it was like, obviously Marilyn's name was Norma Jean, and she was somewhere with friends, I think it was like New York, and she was walking down the streets and no one recognized her as Marilyn Monroe. And she said, that's because I'm being like Norma Jean now, but when I tap into Marilyn Monroe, everyone's going to notice who I am, right? Same person. She didn't change her clothes or anything. She was just there as Norma Jean. Everyone was walking past her, and she said, watch. And then she tapped into her Marilyn Monroe essence, and she started walking like a different sort of walk, and then everybody out of nowhere just was like, oh my god, that's Marilyn Monroe. People started to recognize her. She did nothing but just switch in energy. So there's like an essence of that type of thing, like not pretending to be someone you're not, but like owning who you are. I feel like it's going to turn heads more than you have done before. That's what I'm being told. I feel like you're going to be seen in where you're walking to, especially with this newfound confidence. You may have certain people with the shield card here sending shade. You may have certain people maybe getting jealous, because when people do tap into that best version of themselves, it can trigger people. But what I'm being told is keep shining, and you're protected nevertheless. Do not worry about, you know, words that may be said or anything like that. If you catch people's side eye, or if you catch people's you know, triggers, I'm being told you're protected, not to worry at all. Pile number, they're showing me a rose bush. I don't know if you like sitting next to a rose bush or you have a rose bush. They could be referencing you being the rose. You know, like I like to say the rose that grew from the concrete. They may be referencing you like that. Pile number 1. Your music taste may be changing as well. I feel like your music taste may be changing. Maybe you've been listening to a lot of like darker, maybe sultry musics. Maybe you've been listening to songs like Nirvana, Lana Del Rey, Future, maybe some like heavy rock music or anything, just to get like maybe anger out or sadness out. But I feel like it's changing. I see like a lot more brighter. What's the song? I think it's like Baby Love or something. It's like love really hurts without you. I don't know. Do you know just that beat? I don't know why I just shared that. Like maybe it's just like a symbol for someone. Maybe you've heard it and it's confirmation. But there's this essence of like more poppy songs or more brighter songs, or songs with like more positive lyrics. You know what I mean? Something about that coming through. I'm being shown butterflies. So I'm being told you really have expanded on a cellular level, because I'm being told your body's responding to the energy that you're about to embody or are already embodying. Your body's responding to it. I don't know what that means, but it's to do with you shifting on a cellular level. Pile number 1, messages from pile number 1's higher self. We have karmic debt. I feel like you've worked through a lot of karma. I feel like you've cleared up a karmic cycle. And the thing is, do you see how she's crying into like a puddle, and she's laying in the puddle? your tears have watered the seeds that are now about to grow. Nothing was in vain. I think that's the message here with the greenery around. It's like, without water, without rain, without the tears, we can't, it's 33 on the clock, by the way, we can't, there's no duality there. To bring that happiness and bring that abundance in, there's no duality there. And I'm being told, like, nothing that you've wept for, nothing that you've cried for has been in vain. The balance card is here. And the tears that you've cried, it's like rain, helping the seed, fertilizing the seed to help it, you know, grow, so this garden can grow. And then I'm literally being shown a rose bush again, so that's what that card's representing to me. Also something to do with love, because we have the 1 and 5 here adding up to 6. That's Venus energy coming through, and we literally have Venus here. And of course, like I was saying, it's to do with like beauty and in your health and looking after yourself. But I do feel like if you guys are single, I feel like you're opening up to new connections, friendship wise and relationship wise, because again, new paradigm. Pile number 1, let me grab the card. What do we have here? We have Spirit of the South. Spirit of the South. And we have all of this fire energy here as well. 5, 3 and 2 adding up to 5, which talks about change. Things are heating up for sure. I feel like you've dug into your past to help you better understand yourself and find direction into where you're moving. It's reminding me of the North and South nodes. It's like when we understand our North node, we can use the benefits of our South node, and it can help balance us and bring our mission to the forefront and bring our mission into balance, and it can really help us. We're supposed to be balancing them out, and there's an essence of that coming through with that. And you guys are not gonna believe me when I show you the back of the card. Plant seeds. We literally have plant seeds at the back of the deck, so the flowers are about to bloom. That's the message we have here. The flowers are about to bloom. Look at that. I feel like manifestations are about to come in. Very beautiful. So pile number 1, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I hope this resonated for you. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pal 2, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what messages your higher self has for you right now. So you guys chose the garnet crystal, and oh god, I'm catching myself here. You guys chose the garnet crystal and placing that in the corner so we can get in. I'm going to start with these picture cards, and then we're going to move in to the other oracle cards. So pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2, I'm being shown like a lotus flower. I'm either being shown like a lotus flower, like a flower. I'm being shown like an egg, and it's almost like a sense of protection, or a sense of I'm gonna get into it, but there's almost this essence of you being cocooned, soothed, it almost feels right now. Are you currently working on a deep wound, an inner child wound? It feels like inner child. There's something you're working on, and it's like you're working on it so you can revive yourself and move forward without the pain of it. But right now I'm being told there's like a grief period you may be going through. You may have lost someone recently, but there's soft, it's soft, like there's softness around you. I feel soothing around you. I feel you being soothed. And it's like by Mother Gaia, literally, because I'm being shown petals going around you. But it's just this warm protection going around you, and there's a green color, like a light green, going around you, like heart chakra energy. But then I'm also being shown lilac, so it's coming from spirit. It's you're being very soothed right now for some reason. Let's get into it. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. The garnet pile. What message does their higher self have for them right now? I just got shown an anchor, if that's the symbolism for someone. Pile number 2. I'm hearing the song Baby Girl by Chloe and Harley. That song's coming through. And their song Overwhelmed. They literally just sing I feel overwhelmed. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. I feel like you're purging something very vital, something directly connected to your inner child. I don't know why I'm being shown bananas. I don't know why. Pile number 2. Did you guys ever have that medicine when you were younger? I don't know whether you'd have it outside of the UK. I don't know. We used to have this like banana medicine as a child. It may just be signifying that something to do with childhood's being purged out, but I just tasted that. Or maybe you're literally eating like a banana flavored something. Banana milkshake maybe, or something like that. Pile number 2. Okay, these cards, it's almost like the cards aren't wanting to come out, because it's almost like I want peace. Like, I keep hearing this, like, I want peace, I want to be soothed. There's almost this feeling of wanting to lay in a stream and just allow the water to help you flow. Like, if you guys could get Reiki right now, I would suggest it. Because or maybe like sound therapy or something like that. You can listen to singing bowl meditations on YouTube. I have one of my own in my meditations playlist, but there's loads on YouTube as well. I feel like a sound bath would really help you, specifically for the root chakra and the heart chakra, I'm being told. Because there's almost this feeling like I don't want to talk, I don't want to listen to anything, I just need to feel this. I just want silence, I just want to be soothed. Like, it's this soothing energy coming through. Pile number... Let me just get these cards out. Pile 2, please, spirit guides. Messages from the higher self. Okay. We have forgiveness, which is the first card that's come out. Right here. And then we have self-care as well. Please do everything that you can to nurture yourself right now. If you can rest, don't feel guilty about doing it. Don't feel guilty about skipping the gym. Do not feel guilty about if you can take a day off work. Like, don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel guilty about maybe not wanting to be around people as much right now. Right now, it's like I'm hearing rest very strongly, because alchemy is happening within your own energetic body right now, and it's heavy, so don't put extra weight on yourself, is what I'm being told here. We have the eye card, focus. You're very carefully being protected and looked after right now. If you are feeling alone right now, know that you're not. You have a very strong spirit team around you. I'm literally being shown you being held. I don't know if you guys work with Mother Gaia, but I'm being shown Mother Gaia cloaking you in like petals. So there's a strong essence of that coming through, like you're being held right now. Let every tear fall. I'm being told do not hold it in. I feel like you're grieving something from your childhood, or something that's affected or connected to your inner child. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile 2, messages from the higher self. We have fire. One more card. Messages from pile number 2's higher self. I did a no, it wasn't higher self. I think it was a spirit guide video the other day, and the Billy Joel song came through. Vienna, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? That song's coming through, so you may have been there. Calling upon ancestors and loved ones. That's the card we have here as well. And then the back of the deck, we have action, which is the lightning. I'm hearing lightning and thunder by John Legend and Janae Aiko as well. Yeah, I feel like there's heavy emotions being processed right now. I think that's why you were being shown the symbolism of the anchor right now. Just to allow yourself stability, focus on your grounding right now, and focus on where you are right now. Any emotion that's coming up right now, pile 2, I really want you guys to know this isn't the end. And by that I mean, when we're purging something heavy, we will have those feelings of maybe hopelessness. We will have those depressive feelings. We will have that feeling of hurt, pain, how could you, all of that. But we don't have to, how do I explain this? We don't have to hold on to them and integrate them back into our being. We can allow them to flow through and let them pass through. By that I mean, if you're feeling any emotion right now to anyone, it could be anger, it could be hurt, it could be upset, allow yourself to feel it, allow yourself to process it. But once you have processed it, allow it to pass away. You don't have to hold it in your frequency. And on top of that, if you are feeling feelings of anger towards someone right now, it could be a parent, if it's connected to the inner child, don't place that in your personality of, I'm a bad person, I'm a negative person because I'm angry right now. Everybody has these emotions within them. You don't have to hold on to them and make it your personality. You can allow yourself to purge it and then let it pass. You don't have to reject feelings of sadness. You may be on, let's say, a self-love journey, and someone could have maybe hurt you or triggered a wound from childhood. And you could be maybe feeling guilty right now and thinking, well, why am I allowing this feeling to come up? I should be loving myself. I shouldn't have allowed this to happen. Or maybe like from a relationship years ago, there's pain or wounds coming up from that relationship, and you're thinking, I shouldn't be thinking of this person. I shouldn't be having this emotion, because I've been focusing on self-love, I've been focusing on myself, I've been focusing on being happy. Healing is never linear, and we go round and round and round in spirals to release what's going on. I had a wound with my father that literally took me about 12 years. It took me over a decade to release, and every time I thought I'd healed it and moved on, it would come up again and again, and it would keep coming. It doesn't mean you're going backwards. It actually means you're going forwards, because the fact that you felt something, felt like you were moving on, and then it's come back, that means you've gone all the way around the spiral back again to be able to heal it. And there's going to come a point where you're going to reach the end. You'll be able to pull that weed out and it will be over. But while this is happening, you want to just honor and allow these feelings to flow through. Whatever they are, allow them to flow through. Give yourself grace. I feel like maybe in your childhood, you may not have been allowed to have certain emotions. Maybe they were bypassed, maybe they were looked over, maybe you were in an essence of self-sacrifice and energy, where people didn't allow you to hold space for those emotions, and you taught yourself, well, I need to focus on everybody else, not myself. Right now, Pal 2, you are focusing on you. I feel like spirits around you very strongly to make sure that you are focusing on you. I'm being shown a bath. I feel like water really helps you heal if you can get to water. I'm being told for you guys to do that. You are being heavily looked after by your spirit guides right now, even if maybe you can't physically feel it. You are. Know that this is a phase. I'm hearing Good Days by SZA. I feel like I'm being told this is a phase. You may even be in that part where you've purged a really deep wound and then you almost feel shut off to your light. What happens is, when we purge something big, and usually people feel it the most in their heart chakra. I know I do. So you'll feel like a really deep feeling in the heart chakra, and then you'll there'll be a lot of pain coming out, and then all of a sudden you'll feel like you've flatlined, and then you almost feel like you've lost your light for a little bit. You don't feel anything. You feel like you're in a void. Everything feels very dark. Nothing has meaning. You may just be feeling only negative emotions. What's happening then when you're feeling numb and you're feeling that way is you're being rebooted to a new paradigm. Your heart is going to expand beyond that afterwards, but in that process there's a clearing out happening, so you're kind of unplugged for a second while that's happening. Think of it like when you upload a new software to a computer and then it has to shut down before it's there when you turn the computer back on. That's something that some of you guys may be going through right now, but I'm being told for you to rest and really nurture yourself right now. I'm being told that the garnet crystal could really help you guys. The crystal that you chose, I feel like that will really help you. But there's an essence right now of really grounding in your physical body and focusing on you right now. I'm being told Rome wasn't built in a day. And even when you think that maybe you're not doing a lot right now, you're doing a lot on a cellular and energetic level, which is enough. And even if you weren't doing a lot on a cellular level and an energetic level, you would still be enough. Even if you were doing nothing but walking in a park for the whole day, you would be enough, and you would be doing enough. Because just to exist is the beauty of life. So don't allow yourself to guilt yourself for not doing X, Y, and Z. Where you are and what you're doing right now is enough. And I'm being told energetically you're doing a lot, even though you can't physically see it. And even though right now you may be seeing a lot of clouds, I'm being shown the seed under the soil. When we water and water and we water, and that plant hasn't budded yet, but we know the plant's going to bud, so we keep watering, and then all of a sudden it sprouts up the top. I feel like something's happening in regards to that right now. You're pulling out a thorn that was keeping you on an old paradigm is something that I'm being told. And while you are working through it, I'm being called for you to really nurture yourself. I think it's something to do with maybe you overgiving, maybe people pleasing, maybe giving a lot of yourself, maybe feeling unworthy, maybe feeling left behind. I feel like it's all to do with that. And I think that that there's a strong message from your higher self right now is you're there for so many people, but sometimes you forget about yourself. And now you need to be there for you, and you need to soothe yourself. I feel like you can give so much wisdom or so much love to other people. I feel like you're such a light in people's life, but then you forget to give that same energy to yourself because maybe you weren't taught to receive that back. And I'm being told that that beautiful light you hold, it's for you first and foremost. And I'm being told now is the time to really pour that into you. And the reason that you're pulling out that thorn right now is so that you can feel the benefit of your own light instead of just allowing everyone to benefit from it. I hope that makes sense. So not only then can you top yourself up without that thorn getting in the way, but other people can also shine their light onto you and you can benefit from it too and be in that state of receiving. And I feel like when you do reach that point, I feel like a lot of manifestations are going to come in. I feel like a lot of abundance is going to come in because you'll be in that essence of receiving, and there's ancestors and spirit guides really working with you right now. I don't know whether I think as someone crossed over and you've been talking to them, because there's this essence of like I'm speaking out loud, or I'm saying like spirit guides please help me, and then you're almost feeling like okay they can't hear me or no one's there. There's almost like a clarification I'm being told. Whoever you have been speaking to or whatever you've been saying out loud, whether that was to your spirit guides or whether that was to your higher self or whether it was to a soul that's passed over that you was very dear to you, they heard you loud and clear is the message. You're being very supported right now. For you to be covered by Mother Gaia and then also have this cloak of lilac around you, like you're being very nurtured and looked after right now, even if you physically can't feel it. So just know that you are being looked after. So let's pull some more oracle cards. Oh god, sorry guys, like I said, I keep hooking myself with this because it has long sleeves. I'm being told as well for you to watch some movies that remind you of childhood, or watch some movies that just make you laugh. It's when you're doing it as well, it's not escapism. Like you're allowed, I feel like you may be bullying yourself for doing certain things. It's like don't feel bad for maybe wanting to eat a certain meal, or don't feel bad for wanting to watch a certain TV program, because when we're healing, sometimes if we're processing heavy emotions, we're not supposed to be feeling them every second of the day. We need time to rest. So when you are watching TV or you are allowing yourself to procrastinate a little bit, that's fine. It's allowing energies to just like flow through. When I was going through my Kundalini awakening and I was purging through a lot of shadow work, I'll tell you, I watched so many movies. I watched like The Office. Like I'd never watched The Office before. My sister told me to watch it. I watched the whole series. I can't remember how many series there were. I think it was 7. I don't know. I watched it all within like a month. I think I watched like a whole season of Love Island within like a week. Like I literally watched so many things while I was allowing these energies to process through. So don't guilt yourself if you're doing that. If you can get to a spa day, do it, because there's such an element of self-care here. But I'm being told some of you guys may not even want to be around people right now. It's like I want silence, I want peace. I just want these energies to flow through. There's a cocooning that I'm being told is happening while you're purging this. Pile 2, messages from the higher self. Octopus spirit, ingenuity. Okay, so someone may have shown their true colors to you. You may be feeling a little bit, there's a feeling of feeling out in the cold, but there's this feeling of like, how do I explain this energy that's coming through? It's like, I didn't expect that from you. That's what I'm being told. I didn't expect that. Like, I feel like the way you look at life, and I want to say this, you look at life in such a beautiful way. I think that you see the light in people, and I think you really do have love for people. Your natural energy isn't to manipulate people. Your natural energy isn't to lie to people. And I feel like because of that genuinity and that, you know, hearty energy, I feel like sometimes you maybe have been taken advantage of, and I feel like people have done things, and it's almost like out of this world to you. It's like, why would you even think to do somebody like that? Like, why would you even think to do anyone like that? Especially if I've been given to you. Why? I don't understand. Like, there's a feeling of rejection. There's an essence of like, why would you do that to me? Or like, why not me? Maybe someone's was for you and went into another connection, or maybe it was to do with like parents feeling like left out, or a parent choosing someone else. It's like, well, why not me? And they're valid emotions to have. But you need to understand your light. You have such depth, and not everyone's going to be able to reach certain depths, and not everyone's going to be able to, because of your heart so expansive and deep, not everyone is going to love the way you do. Not everyone's going to see life the way that you do. And just because certain people may have been ingenuine, it doesn't mean that people in your future won't be. And you're being initiated to purge this out. So when you step onto a new paradigm, you'll be able to meet someone with the same deep heart, but you'll be able to receive it because you'll be able to see it when you meet it, instead of maybe... I feel like because you're not someone who lies, you're not someone who... is very, disingenuous. I feel like you're very like heart on the sleeve. I feel like when people tell you something, you really believe it. You really believe it, because why would somebody lie? Because you have such a purity there. Whereas I think you're learning, and I think that's part of a lesson as well. Some people genuinely just say things to say it, or sometimes people say something because maybe they see their potential but they don't know how to live up to it. So maybe someone wanted to be in a connection with you, told you a lot, but didn't know how to live up to it, so it kind of fell through. So then I feel like that would have triggered maybe abandonment wounds within you. But their inability to be able to live up to an expectation, or their inability to be able to reach a potential that you could see in them, does not mean that you're unworthy of receiving that love that you would have poured into them. It just means that they weren't ready to do that, and that someone else is going to be able to pour into you like that. And I feel like you've been learning as well with this wound to discern and balance energies out. But what comes with that is a healing which is connected to your inner child of rejection, of feeling unworthy. And I feel like you're learning, again, like I saw that anchor, to root yourself, so that when someone decides that maybe they don't want a connection, or when somebody decides to act a certain way, it doesn't affect you, because you're already solid within yourself. And that's something that you are learning to do right now and pouring into you. It's a part of your self-love journey. And like I say, sometimes when we go on our self-love journeys, we'll reach a point where we have to do all of that shadow work, or we'll have certain things triggered, because we start the self-love journey and it's all, I'm choosing me, I'm putting in boundaries. But then when certain wounds come up and we have to focus on them, we could think that we've fallen off that journey because we're dealing with heavy emotions. But you choosing to deal with this, and you choosing to purge this, and you choosing to work through it, is one of the strongest reflections of self-love there is, because you're choosing you, you're choosing to nurture you, you're choosing to heal you. And maybe those parts of yourself that feel like they were broken, you're choosing to heal those parts of you. You're choosing to heal and love those parts of you that feel unworthy. And that's something that's happening right now. And I feel like, again, it's even like your higher self, or that own inner divine mother, inner divine father within you, feeling protective of your inner child and wanting to soothe them. You know what I mean? Him, her, them. Like, I feel like you are choosing to do that. And I think that that's such a beautiful thing. And I feel like as you revive that energy, you'll see a flood of new energies coming in. And it's a process that you are working through right now, is the message. Pile number 2, messages from pile number 2's higher self. We have the Whale Gatekeeper, innate infinite wisdom. I feel like you're meeting yourself on a deeper level, so you very well may be going through a dark night. I do feel like there's extensive shadow work happening, or something's been triggered to initiate you into some shadow work to heal. I keep hearing, I'm tired. I completely understand. I know exactly how you feel. You are loved. You are being very supported right now. And I feel like the universe is co-creating and working with you to flush any energies and debris that was left over in your subconscious that was holding you back from a timeline. You may be feeling as well like, F the universe, F my guides, F my higher self, I hate this. Like, you may be feeling like that. Let me know you're valid. I felt like this too. You are valid and feeling that way. However, you may be looking at the universe like it's against you, and it's not. The universe is working to flush these energies out of your subconscious. So when you're manifesting your desires, when you're manifesting what you want, those parts of your subconscious that would have been stuck there from childhood, they would have pulled you back, or maybe have you manifest karmic connections and things that triggered your inner child. The universe is working with you to heal them, so that when you manifest love and when you manifest new things in, they're not stuck behind this thorn that was stuck in your subconscious. Because when we're manifesting, we're not just manifesting consciously, we're manifesting subconsciously, unconsciously. It's all there, you know. So you're taking a dive into a part of your subconscious to heal that part of you that felt rejected, that felt unworthy, so that you can feel worthy moving forward and be open to newness moving forward. We have the Sea Goddess of Abundance at the back of the deck. Celebrate abundance. So it's happening for your greater good, for you to feel abundance and jump onto that paradigm where you can have abundance, even though it may not feel like it right now. The way out is through. The way out of feeling something, we purge it out. When we pull a splinter, it hurts. When we yank it out. And that's what I feel like you're feeling right now. But you are so loved, and I hope you know that. I'm sending you a lot of love right now. If you feel like a really strong greeny energy or a softy energy coming through, that is me. I have a blue aura, so maybe you're seeing blue. But I'm with you. Anytime that you need a bit of guidance, come back and watch pile number 2 again. I am with you. Your spirit guides are with you strongly. Your ancestors are with you strongly. Mother Gaia strongly is with you. I feel like you work with Mother Gaia, or in other lifetimes you have. She's coming through for you. Pile number... I'm being told to say, if some of you guys are dealing with anxiety right now, I found this thing. It was actually on like YouTube Shorts, so I think it was something crossover from TikTok. People were talking about how they've dealt with anxiety all their life, and someone told them to put ice or something frozen on their chest in between, like, you know, the boobs, like on their chest. And I don't know why I just got told to tell you that. If you've been feeling anxiety, get something cold, specifically like an ice pack, or maybe like frozen peas or something like that, I don't know, and just place it over your chest, because it can help calm down anxiety. I don't know the science of it, but it triggers something, or it ignites something in your body to calm something down. Because when I had anxiety, I started doing it and it really worked for me. So I just got told to say that for anyone that's dealing with anxiety right now. Pile number... Oh, yeah, darkness. You're going through a purge. That's what's happening right now. You're going through a purge. And you know, like I was saying, you have like a lilac energy wrapped around you, and then this lady has this beautiful blue cloak wrapped around her. Yeah, you're going through a purge. That's what's happening. You're meeting parts of your shadow so that you can bring abundance and see life in a more balanced nature. It's not the easiest. I understand that. It's hard. I know it is. But it's like winter. Spring comes right after winter. Allow yourself time. Do not push yourself. She has red nail varnish on there. I've just noticed that. Make sure you're grounding yourself. I feel like silence or going for a walk in Mother Gaia would really help you right now. What do we have here? We have the wild winds. So the winds are turning. The winds are changing. I feel like maybe you've been trying to manifest something in. I feel like this shift is a direct answer to a bit of that manifestation. And I mean it in the sense of, when we are manifesting something in, we have to sacrifice something to bring it in. And I don't mean that in a negative way. What I mean is, we're taught with manifestation, because of the way it's kind of been brought mainstream, that you just think and it appears, or you just align with something and it appears. But if we want to manifest love, and we have subconscious ties to feeling unworthy, subconscious ties to emotionally unavailable people, when we're manifesting that in, the universe is going to co-create with us. So it's like, okay, you want pure love. Well, we're going to have to get rid of this emotional tie. We're going to have to get rid of this trigger. Otherwise, it's not going to come in. So what happens when the manifestation is coming in is you'll go through a transformation in that area. Maybe you'll have someone trigger something, or maybe that wound will just come up for you to do that shadow work and clear it out for love to come in afterwards. There always has to be like an element of sacrifice in that sense, because we have to let go of one branch to grab to the other. We sacrifice the branch we're holding on on to hold on to something else. And there's a lot of uncertainty in that time. It's even with money, when we're wanting money, but then we have feelings of unworthiness, or I have to work really hard for money. We're going to be working through that wound until we realize that we don't have to do that, and then we can reach that abundance. So I feel like the universe has answered your call, or the universe has answered your manifestation that you've been working to. I see a jump from one paradigm to another, but there's like a cloak being taken off, a layer being taken off as you do it. And as you guys know, it's not the easiest, but it's happening for a purpose. It's happening for you to be cleared of it when you move into this other paradigm. And we literally have sacrifice here at the back of the deck here as well. So I feel like there's a lot of brightness coming in. A lot of brightness coming in. I'm just looking at the heart there, and then the rose coming through, and then you have the bird. There's a lot of happiness coming in, and I know you might not be able to see it right now, and I completely understand that, but you're being called to really nurture and focus on yourself right now. Really nurture. If anything's fallen away, allow it to fall away. It's the universe clearing things out, so that it can make room for newness. Allow everything to fall away. If you're feeling uncertain right now, just focus on where you are. Focus on where you're currently at. Focus on the present moment. Water is going to be super, super healing to you right now. Make sure that you are nurturing yourself and giving yourself the love that maybe you felt that you haven't received in childhood. That beautiful love you give out to other people. You're in a process of giving it to you and learning to pour that all into you. That's what's happening right now. The sun is going to come out because it always does. You know, I'm being shown... like what I say about the tides, when the tide goes out, we all know it's going to come back in. When we go to bed at night as human beings, you know, we know the sun's going to come up at one point. So just remember that. And I'm hearing that quote, I think it was Rumi, keep on believing the light isn't far away. I think it was Rumi, it may not be, but I just shared that to end the reading. Keep on believing the light isn't far away. So Pile 2, I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching. I hope this resonated. I hope it brought you clarity. I hope it brought you some peace. So I'm sending you guys all of my love, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what messages your higher self has for you right now. So you guys chose the jade crystal. I'm going to place this up here, and we are going to get straight in. I'm going to start with your picture cards, and then we'll move into your oracle cards. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Are you guys watching Friends? I don't know why, I just got shown that scene from Friends when Chandler goes to Richard's apartment because Richard said that he wanted to marry Monica. I don't know why I was literally shown that, so I don't know if you're like on that episode, or that would be very specific for like one person, or somebody's just got Friends in the background, because that's literally what I was just shown. Maybe it'll tie in with the reading, I don't know, but that just came through. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. It's going to tie in with the reading. This is why it's coming through. It's going to tie in with the reading. Hang on. I'm smiling because I feel like I want to congratulate you on something. It's almost like you know what you're worth now. The reason that scene came through is because basically, if you haven't watched Friends, Monica, she was with a guy called Richard, but Richard didn't want married. He didn't want marriage, and he didn't want babies, right? He didn't want any of that. And Monica did want that. That's what she really wanted. And she ended up finishing with Richard because she knew that she wanted that and he couldn't give it to her. And when she gets with Chandler, like Chandler wants that for her. Chandler wants to give that to her, basically. And Richard ends up coming back when Chandler's about to marry, and he says, actually, I do want marriage with you. But obviously it's too late then. You know what I mean? She's already like fallen in love with Chandler. And I feel like there's an essence of like, you knowing your worth. Like, I'm not going to deal with this BS anymore. And it doesn't have to be relationship. It doesn't have to be that way. It can be in anything. Like, there's this essence of, actually, universe, this is what I'd like. Actually, universe, this is what aligns with me. Actually, universe, like, this is who I am, and this is what I require. If I'm bringing a whole buffet to the table, I don't just want people eating, you know, a free meal. I don't just want people bringing their additional, you know, grapefruit or coleslaw. Like, I want a whole feast if I'm supplying a whole feast. Like, I want an accurate contribution. Like, I'm not doing everything for everybody. And there's almost this reset that's happening in your energy. Like, there's a shift. And I'm hearing plot twist. Like, even though I feel like it was always designed that way, that you would shift through that, it's almost like people around you may be looking at you like, oh, plot twist, that person's kind of shaking things up. That person's switching up on me. That person's got a new step in their walk. You know, like, there's a feeling of that coming through. Pile 3, messages from the higher self. Pile number 3's higher self. Please, spirit guides, what messages does pile number 3's higher self? We have the crown, which is worthiness, which is quite funny, like, you know what you're worth sort of thing. The message on the back is worthiness. Pile number 3, messages from pile number 3's higher self. Do you know this influx of energy I'm feeling from the collective right now, specifically people that are like strongly empathic, knowing their worth and not just bending over backwards for people anymore, knowing their power. The amount of energy stepping into that, it's making my heart sing, and I feel like you guys flawlessly are stepping into that. I'm actually hearing the Beyonce song Flawless. I see you guys, you know, really stepping into that. I'm hearing the song from Chloe and Halle, Grown. They sing Watch Out World, I'm Grown Now. It's like you're over games, you're over the childishness. It's like you've let go of a part of yourself that would have been happy with scraps, been happy with crumbs. Like, that's what I'm being told. We have travel. I feel like you're moving on from, you may even be walking away from a relationship or a friendship, but you're walking away from something that doesn't align with who you truly are. More now than ever. We have receptivity here as well. Let me get 2 more cards and we'll channel properly. Pile number 3. A message from pile number 3's. A message from pile number 3's higher self. We have actions. You're heavily discerning now as well, and not in a negative way. You've just balanced out, like, I see the light, I see the dark, I see the potential, I see people's shadow, I see the red flags as well as the green flags, you know, like you're really starting to see things on a deeper level, and there's a deeper understanding within you that I'm feeling. Let me get 1 more card and we'll go there. Pile 3. We have space clearing. Yeah, letting go of the old, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you, letting go of anything that distorts your energy. We also have protection. You may be feeling very ride or die fierce about yourself right now. Please honor that. Do not tell yourself that you're doing anything wrong for that. Like, I feel like sometimes when we tap into that worthiness and we tap into that confidence, sometimes we'll get those little niggles in the back of our brain, like, who are we to be demanding this? Who are we to be stepping into this? Who are we to feel that way about ourselves? Who are we to require this, what's the word? Who are we to require these needs? You know what I mean? To, you know, in life, like, who are we to do that? Sorry, my words went out of my brain then. But I'm being told that a lot of your life, maybe you were in a very self-sacrificial energy where maybe you gave a lot, or maybe you just settled, or maybe you weren't taught from young what your needs were. What I find happens with empaths a lot is we learn growing up, especially when we go through like a childhood where we've had to self-sacrifice, we will create our personality around the essence of serving others, and we will create our personality to fluctuate around certain people. So we could naturally have a personality that's very bright, but around insecure people we're able to pick up on their energies, and we know that that may trigger them, or that they may not like that, they may feel envy, so we'll start to dim our light. And it's almost like we'll blend ourselves like water in different cups to how the other person would like us to be. So like when water goes into a cup, it takes the form of the cup. When water goes into a vase, it takes the design of the vase. And that's how empaths usually move. And we tend to not have a strong sense of self, because a lot of our worthiness and a lot of our personality is around other people and how we can maneuver around other people to make them feel nurtured, heard, seen. But with that, there's a self-sacrificial energy of not thinking about, well, what are my needs? Who am I? And there's a big essence that happens when we learn to balance these energies out and pour into ourselves of like, well, who am I then? What do I like? What do I need? What do I require? And there's a usual point with empaths, because I feel like you're strong empaths. You may be my water pile, where you start to really look at yourself and honor yourself and start to become a little bit high maintenance, start to tap into those needs and have this, it's not even a personality overhaul, it's a personality reveal. Oh, I'm like this, you know? And maybe aspects of ourselves that tap into our shadow, we may have been told they're negative, they're bad, but it's like we're able to control our shadow and understand our shadow to that point where it's like we're able to understand our negative and our positive, but we have control over both. So no one can really control us and make us feel bad for anything, because we embody and know who we are on our shadow side, we embody and know who we are on our light side, and we're able to balance between the two. And I feel like you're reaching such a beautiful balance, pile number 3, within yourself, that you're able to really discern and really see the potential of others even stronger, really see deeper into people, intuitively pick up not just the light attributes but the dark too, and really require, does this suit me? Because I feel like you're learning currently with this worthiness energy not only how worthy you are, how worthy you've always been, and parts of yourself that maybe you've hid, I see them revealing themselves, very similar to pile number 1 in a sense, like parts of your personality, aspects of your personality that you've never even tapped in before, saying the word no, telling people no, requiring a different taste, wanting somebody to step up more. Maybe you're learning, you know what, in relationships I want someone that's really emotionally in depth, and that's not something I want to bargain with. They don't have to be maybe as spiritual as me, they don't have to be maybe as connected to the physical as me, but I would like emotional depth with that person. Or maybe you're like, you know what, I really require spiritual depth with someone, so I really want that need to be met. Or I really require, you know, a sense of high maintenance and a physical attribute there, so I am not going to let that slip. And learning what your boundaries are and learning who you are, I feel like you're there. I see someone stepping into like main character energy, and that's something that you're very much in currently. Pile 1 was more, it's coming up, prepare. Pile number 3 is like, it's here, like that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm ready to talk my shit. You know, in the past people have told me to be quiet. I am not going to be quiet. You know, in the past people have told me that I have a very quiet voice and I need to be louder. Maybe I like to have a quiet voice, or maybe I like to have a loud voice. This is me. I'm hearing this song from The Greatest Showman, This Is Me. I don't know the lyrics, but I know they saying this is who I want to be, this is me. So I'm hearing that, like there's almost this feeling of even your inner child getting to really play now and really embody certain parts of themselves without shame. Maybe it's the inner teenager, but I feel like it's the inner child too. It's like you're embodying this essence without shame. That's something that's coming through. And I feel like as well, you may be feeling this need to like revamp your life in a way, in the sense of, do you know what, I deserve better, so I really want to maybe get out more. Maybe you've been in a cocoon a bit and now it's like, you know what, maybe I want to get out more. Maybe I want to splurge on that jacket that I've really wanted. Maybe I want that because I feel like I'm worthy of that. I feel like I've, you know, worked for that. Or, you know what, I'm open to dating again. You may even be feeling that and open into new connections coming in. And I feel like you may get, and it's not a test. I've started to learn that these energies that come up, they're not quote unquote tests. It's, we always are going round in cycles. So old remnants will still come up. It's not necessarily a test. It's like, do you still want this or do you want better? So you may find certain people showing up wanting to give you the bare minimum. You may even find people showing up saying that they're going to give you more, changing their tune a little bit, but then still not actively, you know, putting action behind it. But you have this beautiful discernment and you're stepping into a time where you're really trusting that to open up to new possibilities with other people. I feel like there's new connections about to come in, pile number 3. It could be in love, but it could be in friendships as well. I just see a lot of new connections, people that really value you because they see you, because now you're really like, I deserve worthiness. I feel like a lot of your friendships or relationship in the past were the foundation of them was set up in the sense of, I'll give, I'll do what you'd like, you take, you do what you want. And I feel like there could have been an element of that in the past, and it's not anything you were doing wrong, you were learning, and it was a fragmentation of your own inner child that had learned that, your shadow self keeping you safe. Like, we have to self-sacrifice because if we don't, you know, we could get in trouble, or we're not allowed to have our own needs because we could get in trouble. But you've really worked through it, and I feel like you're really about to see certain aspects of your personality come out, and there's this essence of trust in yourself right now. You may even find in this essence, standing in this essence, you may clash with a few people. I'm being shown that here with the Sage as well. You may find that certain people may not be around you as much. It's because they don't connect with the new version of you, in the sense that maybe in the past they liked that they could take, or they liked that maybe you didn't have boundaries, and then all of a sudden, now that you're switching that up, it's like now it's time for them to maybe pour into you. It's like, oh, I want to receive, and anything that's fallen away, it's because it wasn't for your higher good and who you are now. So just allow anything that isn't aligning with you to just flow out if it needs to. And it doesn't mean that it has to be like an argument with like a friend or something moving away. It could just be that maybe energetically you're not aligned anymore. It doesn't mean that you weren't soulmates. It doesn't mean that you didn't have a connection. It just means that you had a connection in that certain time period in your life, but you have shifted, and honor this shift that you have. I feel like very much so, like, not just you guys, I feel collectively, I see it over Instagram, Twitter, I see it with my own friends and family. There's so many paradigm shifts happening right now. Like, normally it would be like there's like one paradigm, another paradigm, another paradigm. The way I'm looking at it right now, everything's entangled, and there's so many different shifts that a lot of souls are taking part in right now, where paradigms are being jumped to, and it's a big theme, at least in my pick of cards that I've found, at least with my collective anyway. There's a lot of that, specifically with light workers choosing to evolve, and that's what's being represented here. With the birds here as well, I just feel like you're doing better for yourself, you're moving forward, you know exactly what you want. You're getting, it's not even a case of getting to know. I feel like pile number one, it was like, I'm getting to know this version of me. You are standing in this version of you. It's like, I know what I want. I know exactly what I want. I don't want crumbs anymore. I want the cake. I don't want that anymore. I want better. Why settle? Like, I don't want to settle. Like, I deserve this, and I'm going to have this. I'm going to work for this, or I'm going to bring this in. I'm not going to sell myself short anymore. I was told that I should. I was told that I should be more realistic, but I've got myself this far. Why can't I go further? Like, that's an essence coming through. And you're being more as well protective over yourself. And I want you to know as well, sometimes you may feel like a little bit discerning of people, and then you may tell yourself, oh, maybe I'm just being too cautious. But I'm being told that there is this element of like mama bear, papa bear protectiveness over yourself and your inner child right now, because you have been hurt in the past. So allow that to play out, like allow that discerning to play out. I feel like there's an essence of just making sure you're trusting yourself, that you'll be able to discern when people come in. But I'm being told that you've grown a really beautiful garden, and you're about to allow, new people in with that. You're bringing in new people to enjoy that garden with you, because they also have their own garden, and you're sharing seeds and you're growing new flowers. Like, that's what I'm being shown. I'm being shown Animal Crossing when you go to another town. I don't know if you played Animal Crossing, but like, I used to have the Let's Go to the City one on the Wii, and I used to go to like other towns, and they'd have like oranges growing, and I'd put them in my pocket, take them back to my town where I'd have like bananas growing, and then I'd grow orange trees. So there's like, I'm being shown that in the sense of like, you're about to meet people that help you expand where you, I wouldn't even say lack, it's just teaching you new parts of yourself and complementing new parts of yourself. So even layers that you haven't even met yet, they're going to bring out those sides of you, which I think is going to be really beautiful. I don't know why I just got shown jet skis. That just came through. Pile number 3. I'm hearing the Material Girl, Madonna. I just shared that. So maybe you're bringing in financial abundance. I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it. That's what I'm hearing. Sea Queen Diamond Light. Sea Queen Diamond Light. Unify passions. I feel like you're learning to be passionate about who you are. I feel like in the past, like, you have got a very strong heart, and I feel like you really fight for people, but I feel like maybe in the past you didn't feel like people were fighting for you, whereas I feel like in this phase you're fighting for you, you're fighting for your passions. It's like, I want someone who sees me the way I see me. I want someone to love me the way I love me. I want someone to take me on dates the way I take myself on dates. I want someone to treat me the way I treat me. I'm hearing Treat Me Big by Chloe. That song's coming through. And I feel like that's telling the universe, like, this is what I require. This is my paradigm. This is who I am, you know? And it doesn't have to be so high maintenance, like physically, although I do feel like there's an element of financial abundance for you guys, Pile 3. It could be in regards to love. It could be in regards to friends. It could be in regards to just connections, work. You know what I mean? I'm not using them. Not too many cards. You could be getting like a raise or something like that in regards to work, or climbing up the ladder. You may be getting abundance in your own business. You may be, you know, a side project may start blowing up. Something like that. Pile number... that just popped out. We have Whale Gatekeeper, Innate Infinite Wisdom. And you see how like the flowers here, it's like you're expanding on all levels. When you expand inwardly, you expand outwardly, because it's like as within, so without. So when we bring nurturing, healing, and love to our inner child, our shadow self, we will see that reflection outwardly, because we're always manifesting consciously and subconsciously. So you've expanded inwardly. Watch that manifest outwardly, is what I'm being told. We also have Priestess of Transition, Honor, Individuality. So again, with this card here, it's like you've been going through a transition. That's what's been happening. To be able to bring... Oh my God, I was being shown gold, like flowing through over the crown, and like, as in like psychic energy. And I was about to say, I'm seeing golden showers. I was about to say that. Shouldn't have said that. But, you know, I'm just seeing like like a gold energy around you. Do you know what I mean? Not literal golden showers, but I'm just being shown just a lot of brightness, you know? That's tickled me. Pile number 3, please, Spirit Guides. I'm hearing the Sharpay song, I Want It All. The fame and the fortune and more. I'm hearing that. I feel like you're focused on a business idea. Or you could just be feeling very romantic and like loving towards yourself, to set the paradigm for whoever decides to pour into you. It's like you're setting the foundation. Whether that's you're feeling financially abundant with money, whether that's you're just feeling worthiness of, you know, your own, it's the chair squeaking, guys, it's not me, or you're feeling worthiness of beautiful energy being poured back into you the way that you do. You're starting to see how beautiful your energy is, well, and it's like the sun, and I feel like you're starting to realize that. But again, or it could be like love, like you're pouring love into yourself and then it's coming out. We have Spirit Weaver. Look at the chakras being balanced, just like you've balanced this energy out. You've gone through this flesh and you've balanced this energy out. Much newness coming in, but I feel like the newness has already started coming in. I'm hearing You Should See Me in a Crown by Billie Eilish. Pile number 3, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 3. Message from pile number 3's. You may have been drawn to 1 and 3, and then 1 maybe like current energy and 3 is what you're moving into, or 1 was past energy and 3 is where you're currently at, or it could be like they're both merging together because you still have elements of both going on, because 1 and 3 was similar in that essence. It was like a carry-on sort of thing. Oh, love that. We have Wild Winds. Wild Winds. The wind is changing direction. That's what I'm being told there. The wind is changing direction. And you're open. We literally have the shift, guys. Look, I feel like you're rewiring yourself. That's something you've been doing. We have butterflies here as well. You've been rewiring yourself. Look at the autumn leaves and then spring. It's like the shift. You've already been doing that. Now you're reaping the benefits, sort of thing. But it's to do with self-development. But I feel like the thing is, when we heal, when we do self-development, everything changes. Literally everything changes, because we see life differently. So the way we see life differently, we manifest differently. It's different, you know? And I just feel like that's, you know, that's what's going on right here. I just see you I see you seeing yourself. This is a thing. Because you're really seeing yourself, other people are seeing you. stronger and deeper and are drawn to you more and able to point to you because you see it, you know what you're worth. And then other people are like, they see what they're worth, I can feel that energy and they're pouring into them, so I'm going to as well. You're starting to see yourself for who you really are, which is just beautiful, you know? And I love this for you. And I'm really proud of you for doing all of this, because to get to that, it's a lot of work. Like, it's a lot of shadow work. It's a lot of inner work to get to it. I just feel like you've really done a lot. And I'm really proud of you guys, Pile 3. Talk your shit. Stand in your power. Put that crown on, kings and queens, because I just feel like you're really stepping into who you are now. I'm hearing the Michael Bublé song, It's a Beautiful Day, and I can't stop myself from smiling. I'm hearing that. Maybe stick that on after this. It will make you feel good. So pile number 3, that's what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.